And we are live. Welcome, guys, to this live stream on the latest news of Web3 and Ethereum. I'm Julian, your guest, and it's been a long time since I last was on the channel. Let me adjust the window size so that you can see me properly. Let me see. Now you guys should see me a little bit better. Can you guys hear me? Can you tell me in the chat if you can hear me? Say hi. I see someone in the chat. VJ, say hi in the chat. Hi Suman, EU, Ramadanowski. Okay, awesome. I'm just so happy to see you guys. It's been so long since I last came on the channel. EU, Michael, Nefeko. Okay, awesome. Hey, how do you like my new setup? This is my new studio. Just brand new. Everything is updated. We miss you, man. Oh, thanks. That's so nice. So, yeah, first, let me tell you why I went away from the channel for so long. So, yeah, I think it's been like almost 6 months since I went away from the channel. So basically what happened is last year I wanted to invite other creators to the channel to see what they can teach you, and because Web3 is just so huge, so it's a bit difficult for one person to really cover everything. So yeah, for 6 months we had all these creators on the channel, and that was great, but with time I felt like I was missing the channel, and yeah, so I decided to come back, and so I'm not sure if we are going to do this live stream every week. I'd like to try different things. Maybe we'll try some other live stream where we do live coding. It really depends on the reaction of the audience. So we're gonna do some tests, but yeah, so today we're gonna do this live stream and cover the latest news in Web3. So let's start first with basically. Let's start first with the bull market of Ethereum. So it's really amazing because let me show you the chart, because here just one sec. All right. Yeah, so here we can see the chat. Yeah, so it's kind of, yeah, so this bull market, actually it's been such a long time that we haven't seen any green candle. So if we just have a couple of percent positive, everybody gets so excited and everybody is like, yeah, this is the return of the bull market. It's crazy. Look, I don't know if this is the return of the bull market. I think like this year is going to be quite choppy with the interest rate that stay high, with the momentum that has shifted to AI. So I mean, I'm not expecting anything crazy. I prefer to be cautious. But anyway, it's always good to take some green candles. When it comes to me, it doesn't change anything. I just don't touch my bags. That's very, very long term. So it goes up, it goes down. It doesn't change anything to me. So with this being said, let's move on to. By the way, and if there are any questions in the chat, I'll answer at the end of the stream. So basically, one of the news of this week is that as the staking withdrawal of Ethereum are approaching with the Shanghai upgrade, it triggers some action on some tokens. So basically, as you know, now we are switching to Ethereum 2.0, and so we have all these people who stake their Ether, but now the Ether is locked in. So in March, we have a big upgrade schedule where everybody who stake their Ether will be able to withdraw them finally. And so because of this, there was some interest in some liquid staking project, especially the Lido token that went up recently. So then So we saw some nice action also from Bitcoin. So same as Ethereum, but we will see if that is something that we can rely on in the future. So then some bearish news. So Coinbase just announced that they will cut 20% of the workforce and second wave of layoffs. So they already announced quite a bunch of layoffs last year. Now we have another bad news. I mean, I would have preferred to start the year without this news, but unfortunately, the big crash in the tech sector that we started to see in 2022, it's not over yet. I think we're probably between halfway to 2/3 in. So this is not the end yet. And I think it's gonna stabilize somewhere by the middle of the year. But yeah, expect other bad news like this. This being said, when you see a layoff like this, this is about an exchange. So of course, an exchange is very related to what happened in the crypto market. But what happened in the crypto market is not necessarily 100% correlated to what happened on the builder market for developers. So the situation for other Web3 companies is not as bad as for central exchanges. All right, so remember this, because that's very, very important. So then let's move on to the next news. So okay, so here I have a missing, let me see, I have a missing link, missing link somewhere. All right, so sorry about that. There's a missing tab, but basically, the news I wanted to share with you is that there was a McKinsey report that just came out that suggested that the Metaverse is going to reach $5 trillion by 2030. So that's really significant. So even if now we don't hear much about this, this isn't over. We're still building. And we still have some big expectation. And even if personally I lost a lot of money in the Metaverse, I don't lose hope. At some point I bought for $6,000 of the Mana token because I wanted to buy some land. It was an auction, so it was basically next to on Decentraland. There was an auction next to the block of Snoop Dogg, and so you needed to basically bid at a certain time, and I bid like crazy. Like I maxed the gas and yeah, like completely impossible to buy. So basically I just kept my Mana token for nothing, and in the end my 6K became 1K, and yeah, it's just life. But I keep them, I don't sell them, I don't care. Then let's keep going. All right, so now we have some bad news about DCG. So what is DCG? So DCG is a holding company that basically owns or has invested in many crypto companies. For example, they own CoinDesk, I believe. They own some sort of hedge fund that invested in crypto. So they own really a lot of things. There are this is basically, it has many tentacles. And so they are being investigated by the US over some fund transfer with Genesis, which is basically an investment company in crypto. You have to understand that right now the US is investigating a lot of crypto companies. So I'm not surprised that they're also investigating them. It doesn't mean anything bad at this stage, but I just hope that nothing bad comes out of this, because DCG is very, very present in crypto. They have their finger in many companies. So it would really be bad if they're sued or anything like that. All right, so then some news about Silvergate. So Silvergate, this is a bank in California that is focused on crypto. And in the last quarter of last year, we had more than $8 billion of withdrawal from customers in that made their share plunge by 45%. They fired 40% of their staff, and they're also being investigated by US authorities. And they are also involved in FTX because apparently they've facilitated some transfer of money between FTX and Alameda. So they are accused of not having done enough scrutiny, enough monitoring for that. So we'll see what comes out of that. Then we have some news about Binance. So we have some Binance feud this week. So they are bleeding assets. So there were $12 billion that were withdrawn by customer over the past few weeks. So that's really, really a lot because a lot of people are worried that Binance will be the next FTX. They're also being investigated by US attorneys. You know what? I mean, I'm not super worried about Binance. For me, that's if there is a one. I mean, the most trustworthy exchange I would say is definitely Coinbase, but for me, they are number 2. So, at this stage, I think it's just a feud really. So, I mean, not especially worried, but let's hope that I'm not wrong, because really, if Binance falls, then it's gonna be really, really terrible. All right, and there was also some news about SBF. So basically, what happened with SBF was that so currently SBF is at the mansion of his parents in Palo Alto because he's been released on bail. So he had this huge bail of $250 million that he was able to pay, but super weird because apparently he only has $100,000 left to his bank account. So it's very surprising how he was able to pull it off. And so he pleaded non-guilty to all the charges he was accused of. And like when you compare this to all the apologies that he did before, that he was sorry, he messed up, etc. I mean, you can see how much of an hypocrite he is, really. Every time he opens his mouth, is this guy just mess up everything. There is absolutely nothing that he did or that he said that was right since all this scandal started. So yeah, that's quite sad. And so the Department of Justice in the US seized for about $500 million of his share in Robinhood. So it's going to head to reimburse some of the creditor. But that still is quite small if you compare this to the size of the claim. I think the claim on FTX are close to $8 billion or $10 billion. So, and I think so far they recovered only a few billion. So I think people are going to get something out of it. It's not going to be nothing, but it's definitely not going to be 100%. All right. And I think with this that conclude the main news of the week. So now I'm gonna check the Q&A. So guys, any question for this week? Suman saying start any blockchain course. Are you asking me if I'm gonna start any new course? So yeah, I regularly update my courses. The last update was in November, so everything is super up to date. But maybe in 6 months, we'll see. We'll see for the next version. No. Robinson saying thanks for all your blockchain content. I learned a lot. Right, Suman, are you sharing the screen? Yes, I am sharing the screen. Wait, you don't see my screen? Antonio Fraga, hey, maybe 2023 is the year for L2 Zero Knowledge EVM project. Yes, I think so. Like, I think last year and the year before, there were like many so-called competitor to Ethereum, and already at that time, I told you, a lot of these competitors, they're gonna end up as L2 on Ethereum, and this is exactly what we see now. So yeah, zero knowledge is definitely a big keyword we're gonna see this year, and so expect some tutorials about this on EdoBlocks. Suman saying Hyperledger course. No, I won't do that. You know, Hyperledger is not really something central on the job market. It's quite secondary, so really I wouldn't focus too much on that. It's very, very, very niche. Lube, hey, what do you think about CKB and the whole layer 1 and layer 2 network ecosystem? I don't know CKB. At the same time, Bitcoin. What do I think about Bitcoin? Bitcoin, I think it's good to have some, but apart from that, I wouldn't spend too much time on that as a developer. Do you think quantum computing is a threat to crypto? No, it's like too far ahead. Like, no need to worry about this. Clamhammer, how confident are you using AI to review smart contract code? Yeah, I think I'm gonna talk more about AI on the channel as well, but basically, I think AI can speed up a lot of your process. You can be really much more productive, but I don't think that it's going to be such a threat to developer. Like some developer are really worried about it. It's just gonna be something that just makes you more productive. It can help you, but in the end, it's you who has to take the final decision to push the code. Tebo, have you heard of Russia releasing crypto backed by gold? No, I haven't heard about this, but it's a bit dangerous to have a crypto that is backed by real assets, because now you need someone to. How are you going to check that they actually have these reserves? So now you need a central counterparty to verify this, and now you need some oracle to inject the data in the blockchain. So generally speaking, not a big fan of that. Robinson, what zero knowledge project are you investing in? I'm going to do another video on zero knowledge project, but that's a really good question. Leo, I see Rose network is the solution for layer 1 or layer 2 network for Atom, but I think Chronos network might be using it too. Okay, now I'm not aware on that, but generally speaking, really focus on zero knowledge that are for Ethereum, because they are the most important. Daniel Ivan, hey, do you still have some spare time to help on side DeFi project? Do you mean freelance? I can connect you with some developer who can provide freelance services if you want. So you can send me an email and we can see if this is a good fit. Lieb, do you think crypto gaming is going to start the crypto boom or DeFi? Yeah, it's a good question. I think probably I see less barrier to entry for crypto gaming, because for DeFi, really, like, of course, the existing financial system is going to do everything to stop it. But crypto gaming, I see less barrier to entry, and it just makes so much sense, because basically what's amazing with crypto gaming is that there's just a very small part of the game that will be on the blockchain. That's just the ownership of assets. And so it's not so difficult to implement a Web3 game compared to an existing game. Like, you can very easily port an existing, like, super famous game and port it to the blockchain, and players will be super happy because they want to retain ownership of all the assets that they work so hard to create, to build, etc. So I see this happening really soon. But there are just so many, and there's so many ways that, so many type of application that can make crypto mainstream. So it's very difficult to say if this is going to be this one or something else, like decentralized social media. I'll make another video in the next few weeks where I'll tell you about what I think are the biggest opportunity in Web3 this year, what are going to be the big trend, and there are really a lot of them. And that's great to hear, because we are in a bear market, but there are still many things going on. If you are a builder, if you are not just focused on coin, but you are building something, there's really a lot to do. I think we reached the end of the chat here. All right. Okay, guys. So in this case, if there is no more question, there's one last question of Nuno. MEV in 2023 still profitable? What are the biggest opportunities for developers? Yeah, it's still profitable. There wasn't any big change compared to last year. It's just that now players are more professional, and so the teams that do MEV. Usually these are teams, these are rarely individuals, but the principle are the same. You do arbitrage, you do liquidation, that kind of thing. But because the volumes, so the volatility is less, the volume, trading volume is also lower. So that means there is less opportunities compared to before, but there are still some opportunities. Antonio, zero knowledge thing versus Polygon Hermes. Curve seems to be ready for ZK Sync in some time. Which one do you think could be the best position? I have no opinion on that. These are really very much research project at the same time. So what really matters at this point is like you understand the principle behind zero knowledge technology, but there's no need to try to guess which one is going to be the winning tech. Just understand the general principle. All right. THX, why do I see 2 live stream on one channel? You see 2 live stream on this channel? THX, this is what you're saying? Really should be a technical glitch. I'm gonna check this out, but that is very strange. No, there's just I confirm there's just one Julian. Okay, I don't have a secret twin somewhere, just one Julian. But yeah, it's great to see some familiar name here. I haven't seen you guys in a long time, so we'll try to do this once a week. As I told you, I also want to make some experiment, maybe sometime do some live stream about coding. So we'll try some new thing. All right, guys, so we are going to stop here for tonight. So thanks everybody for coming here, and I will see you soon on the channel. All right, bye everybody. See you.